Celtic will listen to offers for out-of-favour midfielder James McCarthy in the January transfer window. And it's been reported, Celtic manager Ange Postecoglou is likely to stay with the Glasgow Giants, rulers of Scottish football for the last 20 years. We know internally what's important, Ange's message to Celtic FC critics. The Irishman has been limited to nothing more than a cameo role at Parkhead so far this season, with Ange Postecoglou preferring others in his midfield even when injuries struck. In fact, McCarthy has only featured for 22 minutes in the Scottish Premiership in 2022-23, highlighting how much he has been in the background. Celtic FC will listen to offers for McCarthy in January, having struggled to make an impact at the club. It is also stated that Celtic are keen to free up space on their wage bill, with the midfielder currently earning £14,000 per week at Parkhead. We all remember when Postecoglou was named as Neil Lennon's replacement back in June 2021, signing a 12-month rolling contract with Celtic. Having led Celtic to the Scottish League Cup and the Scottish Premiership, he was rewarded with fresh terms in the summer. The Australian has done an incredible job at Parkhead since arriving 16 months ago, but his £42,000 per week deal runs out next summer, and he's been linked with the Premier League. But Postecoglou's impressive work in the dugout, which has continued during the early months of this season, has attracted the attention of the likes of Brighton and Leicester. The Celtic gaffer, Postecoglou, has been linked with both jobs recently, although the Seagulls have replaced Graham Potter, while Brendan Rodgers looks set to stay with the Foxes following their improved form. The thing is, he seems pretty loyal, and I think if Celtic do back him, and do show him how much he is wanted, then he will probably stay, because the bond he's built at Celtic with the fans is very, very difficult to replicate. Having formed such a unique bond with the Celtic supporters and enjoyed huge success on the pitch, it would be silly to jump ship. And he's already on course to win further trophies, with his side 4 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership, while staying at Celtic is likely to see him continue managing in the Champions League. The Celtic manager, Postecoglou, won't lose any sleep over the critics pointing and sniggering at Celtic's Champions League points tally. It is highly unlikely that Celtic will add to their points tally in the Bernabeu, but the thousands of fans inside the stadium will see a brave performance based on attack and a determination to add to the total of 3 points from 5 matches. The Celtic boss went on to say, "It depends, because some people just look at the scoreboard and that's their only measure. I don't know why half of them go to games. Because their only analysis around the whole game is they won, they lost, and that's it. We know, internally, what's important. If we play our football against one of the best club sides in the world away from home, it will give us more belief and fuel to come back next year and put on stronger performances." Ange Postecoglou believes that in another 12 months, Rio Hat-8 will have taken his game to another level altogether. The 24-year-old midfielder has been outstanding for Celtic since he arrived from Kawasaki Frontale last December. This midweek, Hat-8 will be a vital cog in the engine room at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid to cap a meteoric rise. But Postecoglou says there's more to come from him. On Tuesday night against Shakhtar in the Champions League, he covered every blade of grass at Parkhead. In a midfield two with Matt O'Reilly, there was a huge onus on them without Callum McGregor in a Postecoglou shape that demanded a power of work. At times, when Hat-8 tried to play forward passes that were cut out, there were groans from the crowd. But the Celtic manager says the Japanese's character will ensure he never stops trying them. Postecoglou has been delighted with Hat-8's development in the last year, especially when you consider where he's come from. And he's convinced that by this time in 2023, he'll be even better. The Celtic gaffer said, "How far he can go in the game is up to Rio. But he works so hard on his game and is very motivated. The thing about Rio is that he never loses self-belief. You saw that on Tuesday night. If he makes a mistake, he just gets on with it. He goes again and tries to be as creative as he can. We encourage that. We give players license to be brave with their passing and running. Sometimes it doesn't work out, especially at Champions League level. But they know we won't be critical internally, irrespective of what's going on externally, because we want them to be the best they can be. The only way they'll get there is by being brave and courageous, instead of making safe passes all the time. I know that we've got some talented young footballers who want to improve, and they are not afraid of tackling the best. Rio and Matt have been outstanding. In just 12 months, they've taken their game to a level where they are competitive against the best. And in another 12 months, I'm sure you'll see another level in them. Both of them have been great for us. It's their first time playing in Europe. So to perform at this level motivates them to come back and make an even bigger impact. It's all about the journey, and the manager knows this.
Roll up to the party, roll up to the party.